I DM'd 6 of you guys on Instagram to pick a book for my March TBR, and these are the books that you guys picked. This is our third month doing this, so you already know what we're doing. You already know the drill. So let's just get straight into the books that you guys picked, which the first one was Reckless by Elsie Silver. This is the 4th book in the Chestnut Spring series, and this was picked by Bluebell's Bookshelf on Instagram. Thank you very much for picking this. I recently read the 2nd and 3rd book in this series and actually really enjoyed them, which was a very big shock because I actually pretty disliked the first one. I don't know if disliked is the right word, but I didn't really like it, but I loved the second one. Like, the second one is definitely like one of my favorite books I've read this year. It was so good. And I also really enjoyed the 3rd one, so I'm very excited to continue the series. These books are also on Kindle Unlimited, which is really nice because I do kind of like going back and forth, reading on paperback and on Kindle, or I also will always read on my Kindle before bed. I never use a paperback when I'm like about to go to sleep because I don't like using a book light when I share a room with my husband and my son. This could potentially be a book that I end up reading on my Kindle at night before bed, which works out so perfectly. So yeah, that's the first book. And then the second book that got picked is actually one that I have already started. It was technically my book club book for the month of January, and I just didn't end up finishing it because I couldn't get into it, and I decided to give it a little bit of a soft DNF because I felt like I could really enjoy this book if I just read it when I was in the mood for it, and that is One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. I only got to page 104 of this, so I have a good chunk left, and I honestly am excited that this got picked because I have kind of been thinking that maybe it's about time to pick this back up and finish it. I honestly hate soft DNFing books because it's like I want to get it finished. We shall see if I feel the time is right to pick this up at some point this month. Hopefully I will. If you don't know what this is about, it's a fantasy book. I think it has like a subplot of romance in it. The fantasy world is actually quite interesting. Like, imagine a deck of cards, but these cards have kind of magical properties to them that whoever has the card can use whatever the property of that card is. And I don't know how else to explain it other than that, but it is really interesting. Again, that's why I give it a softie enough, because I really thought I could love this and eat it up if I was just reading it when I was in the mood for it. Oh, I didn't tell you who picked this. My bad. This was picked by library.of.lucy on Instagram. So thank you for picking this. I have been wondering if it's time to pick it back up, and I think you picking this is going to push me to do so. I also love this cover. This cover really does something to my brain. I don't know why, but it really does something to my brain. And then the next person that I DM'd to pick my books was axelledvr on Instagram. I don't know if that's supposed to spell a name or something, but I don't want to get it wrong. But I ended up DMing her, and she gave me 2 choices that are both on Kindle Unlimited. The first one is Guild by Raven Kennedy, and the second one is The Bridge Kingdom by Danielle L. Jensen. I've never heard of either of these, and I've also still have yet to download them on my Kindle, so I don't know what either of them are about, but I'm very intrigued. I'm assuming they are both fantasy romance kind of vibes based on how the covers look. I love when people will give me book recommendations of books that I have never heard of, because some of my favorite books that I have ever read have been books that are not hyped up, not talked about, books you don't see on Book Talk or BookTube or whatever. That is where I get some of my favorite books, is just books that are pretty unknown to the mass majority of people, I guess, and I literally love that. So I'm very excited and very intrigued to go into these 2. But yeah, those are the next 2. I like how she gave me an option. That way, if one seems more interesting, I can pick that one instead. And moving along, the next person that picked a book for me was itsmeganreanne, and she picked Addicted for Now by Krista and Becca Ritchie. This is the 3rd in the Addicted series, and I read the first 2 end-ish of last year and absolutely loved them, and I cannot wait to get back into this series, but I just haven't known when to pick it up and continue it. But I seriously, like, I gave the first one 5 stars, gave the second one 4.75, absolutely loved them so much. I cannot wait to be with these characters again, experience more of what they're going through, and just get more, because these characters and this world is so good. These books are very heavily character driven rather than like plot driven, and if you don't know what the series is about, it's basically follows Lily and Lo. Lily's addicted to sex and Lo is addicted to alcohol, so the first book kind of goes through what their dynamic is and shows how they are kind kind of fake dating to hide their addictions from everyone in their lives. And that's kind of how the first book goes. It's so good, very emotional story, but literally so amazing, and I would highly recommend. This series also does have some Calloway sister books, and you kind of, the reading order, I don't know off the top of my head, but the first 3 are the Addicted books, and then you read Kiss the Sky, and then Hot House Flower, I think, and those ones are about different people that are Lily's sisters, if that makes sense. I don't know the exact layout of those books just because I haven't got to them yet, but I have heard endless good things about all of them, and I am so excited to continue the series. So thank you so much, Megan, for picking this, because I actually really miss these characters. Like, now actually like looking and seeing their names in this book, I miss them so much. Oh, I miss them. I miss them. Oh my god. There's like a to you the reader little thing, and I just got chills. I'm so excited. I really hope I pick this up this month. And moving on, the next person I DM'd was zoes.bookcorner on Instagram, and she picked Wildfire by Hannah Grace, which is honestly perfect because I read Icebreaker last month and really enjoyed that. I have heard that this book is also so good. I've also heard that the smut level in this one is a lot different from the first one. The first one, as a lot of you probably know or have heard, is very smutty, and I've heard this one is not as much smutty, which I am kind of excited for because I don't have a problem with smut. I won't steer away from it, but I feel like most of the time I would just prefer having more plot, more actual connection building rather than just getting a bunch of sex. And I also feel like sometimes it can overtake the story, though I did not feel that way with Icebreaker. I really loved it, so I'm very excited to read this one. This one is about Russ and Aurora, which you get some glimpses of Russ in Icebreaker. I really did like the glimpses we got of him, though I will say we get a lot of glimpses into Henry in Icebreaker, and I really wish this was about him instead, but it's okay. But yeah, I am very excited to read this, continue the series. I'm not sure if there's, wait, no, there is another one in this series coming out this year. And who is it gonna be about? Okay. This is me finding out that Daydream, which is gonna be the 3rd in this series, comes out. When does it come out? I need to know. I don't know when it comes out. All I know is it's about Henry. So now I'm really excited to read that one, which means I have to read this because I will not allow myself to read that before reading this because my brain doesn't work that way. Wow, it matches me perfectly. Anyways, this is almost 100% going to be read because I cannot wait to read about Henry. That makes no sense, but anyways, I am excited to read about this, and I have heard this book is really good too. And the last book and the last person that I DM'd was Eleni_0827. I think I'm saying your name right. I really hope I am. But she picked The Final Gambit by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, which I am over the moon excited about because I read The Hawthorne Legacy, which is the 2nd in this series, last month, and that was one of my favorite books I read last month. It was so good, and so I cannot wait to read this. I also did buddy read the 2nd one with my friend Noor, and we are gonna also be buddy reading this one, so I'm so excited to read this and to do another buddy read with her because we both had so much fun buddy reading it together. And seriously, like, that book was a 5-star. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to read this. You guys don't understand. I love this universe. I love this world. I love these characters, and I am over the moon excited that you guys picked this. Thank you so much. Like, actually, thank you so much. I'm so excited. A part of me is really sad because the trilogy will come to an end, but if you guys don't know, like, this is a trilogy, and then we have the Hawthorne brothers is the first in a series that is kind of going off of this, and it's just following in the POV of like different characters in this book, if that makes sense. So I'm so excited. Thank you so much for picking this. You guys picked really good this month. I mean, you've been picking good every month, but like, wow, this month is just a little extra good. Okay, the last book that is on my March TBR is not one that you guys picked, but it is my book club book of the month for March. And if you guys do not know, I do have a book club. So that book is Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. I am very excited to read this because this has been on my physical TBR for a very long time, so I'm excited to get it off. I have no idea what the plot, premise, anything of this book is. Like, I genuinely have no knowledge about it, but I am so excited to read it. Like, I am actually so excited to read it. I'm actually so excited to read it. I'm excited to read it with you guys. This one is a pretty hefty book. 505 pages, so this is a pretty chunky baby, but I am very excited about it. You guys have been wanting to read this. Maybe it's on your physical TBR, maybe you've heard good things, or maybe you just want to join my book club to see future books and see if you want to read any of those with us. The link is always in the description box. So I will say there is also one more book that is on my TBR for the month for my book club with my sister and my other sister's wife, and that is Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. No idea what this book is about. All I know is it's like a mystery thriller because that was the genre that won for her to pick, if that makes sense. We do our book club a little different each cycle, if that makes sense. And this cycle, we're basically putting in a wheel all the different genres, and then whichever one it lands on, whoever's turn it is has to pick a book in that genre. So I'm very excited. I don't know what it's about, but I just love having my book club with them. So that is all the books on my TBR for the month. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you are not already, because we have a lot of fun over here. We talk about a lot of books, and we want you to join the fun and join the talking about books, if you know what I mean, if you catch my drift. Do you understand what I'm saying? Anyways, with that being said, I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. If you guys on Instagram, oh, I DM'd, oh my god, okay, to, wow, oh my god, I'm getting annoyed, okay, to it with, oh my god, I just don't know how to talk today, yeah, okay, my god, I don't know how to speak, this is really annoying. What? Are you regretting being married to me? You know what else sounds good though? Popeyes. Let's get into the, oh my god, and you're peeing and I just can hear it and I can't. My merch. For my February, never use a paper book. My book club book. This is the third in the, wow, why was I about to say Eden's? This is the third in the Eden series. I just said it. You just want to join my book club, what? To see what's picked in, wow. Physical TBR, not my physical TBR. With that being said, I hope you guys, what was I saying? Goodbye.